something new on on Facebook on live, so I'm trying to figure out if everything is everything. Anyway, um, I wanted to talk to you guys today. You guys may be logging on. Hopefully, this is capturing correctly. But I wanted to talk to you today because with everything that's going on with COVID-19, what I realize is that there are so many people who have not been prepared for what's going on right now. There are so many people who are struggling right now. There are so many people who are going to end up um, impoverished, in poverty. Well, 2020 started off with such a bad. We were very optimistic. 2020 was going to be our best year ever. We had no idea what was getting ready to come. You know, millions of dollars we were manifesting millions of dollars. We was going to make it. We were going to do it. We were going to just reach all of our dreams. And I believe that we still can. But then unknown virus just came out of nowhere and it changed life as we know it. January it started. February we've seen a little bit of it. March it really really touched down, and so now we find ourselves here where we have to shelter. We find ourselves here where we can't, we have to do this social distancing. We find ourselves here where over 3 million people have filed unemployment. 3 million people have filed unemployment. We find ourselves here where people are going to actually be going where there are going to be so many people who their lives are going to be completely changed because of this. And so, what's up, Nicole? I'm so glad that you're still manifesting because that is the most important piece. I think a lot of people have lost hope. But one of the things that I wanted you to do is I wanted to encourage you today because I want you to continue to manifest no matter what's going on. We know ultimately who's in control, right? You know ultimately who is in control. You know ultimately what is getting ready to happen is going to be for your greater. Now, the greater may not be now from what you can see, but the greater is going to be later. But as I thought about everything that's going on, I thought about what are some ways that we could really, really help people, that I could really help people. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes 11:2, it says that you should have seven. Let me tell you what the verse says. It says, invest in 7 ventures. Yes, in 8, because you do not know when disaster may strike the land. Ooh, let me repeat that. The Bible says invest in 7 ventures. No, 8, because you do not know when disaster is going to strike the land. Wow. Wow. So we've been teaching, and I've been teaching the principle of multiple revenue streams forever. And it is a biblical principle. We did not know when disaster was going to strike the land. So we have to have our eggs in more than just one basket. And for a lot of us, it's caught us with our pants down. But the beautiful thing is we still have breath in our bodies. The beautiful thing is we still can make a transition and do better. And so what I ended up doing is I wrote a book. It's a quick and short ebook. I wrote a book and I wanted to introduce people to seven different, actually 8. I actually have 8 in there because the Bible says 7, invest in 7. Then it said 8. So I said, you know what, I'm going to call it 7, but I'm going to throw an 8th in there as a bonus because I want you to understand that you cannot depend on a job. Even being self-employed, I cannot depend on one revenue stream. It's always been, for me, being in real estate, I always said, always got nervous. If I just had one revenue stream, I always got nervous. I wasn't really sure that this was, because you just don't know when the rug can be pulled out from under you. And for me, let me share with you some of the revenue streams I have. I own a real estate company. And so I still sell real estate. I get revenue from the agents. I get revenue from the business. I get revenue from helping people to purchase homes. Okay. I also do loans. So I get revenue from helping people with their lending needs. I help people refinance their houses. I help people with their loans. I still actually work. Okay. I also have 2 best-selling books. I have 4 books, actually. 2 are best-selling books. I get revenue from there. I speak all over the country. Right now I can't speak and it's driving me crazy right now. I can't travel, but that's a revenue stream for me. I'm an investor in a marijuana dispensary. That's money that's coming in when I don't have to do anything. I just opened up another business in Sacramento, the co-op spot, and Capital City Catalyst. Right now, there's no revenue coming in because it's closed. So we absolutely did not plan for that, but it is what it is. So you got to understand that having multiple revenue streams is extremely important because you never know. The Bible says invest in 7 because you don't know when disaster may strike the land. And so I wrote an ebook. And you can go on my website, constancecarter.com, and you can download the ebook. I really want to encourage you today to make sure that you don't go back to life like you have been doing life over the last past however long you've been living. I want to encourage you today that as you sit back and reflect, and you are taking time out with your family, because that's important, that you're taking time out to realize what's important to you, that you take time out, that you're doing your affirmations. I went for a walk this morning. I walked to my mom's house. My mom's house is about 2 miles from my house, and I walked over there, but it was beautiful. And just being out in nature was wonderful, and it brought me clarity. And I got to really just sit there and do my affirmations and think about the things that were most important in my life. And what I realized is there are, some things that are really important that I have to really look at every day. My family is really important. My spiritual well-being is very important. My business is very important. The people I affect every day is very important. And so being out in nature, get outside the house. Just because you're supposed to shelter in place, it doesn't mean that you can't go outside. Get outside, get some fresh air. Think about all the beautiful things that God has given. But at the same time, I want you to take this time to do things a little bit differently than what you've done. It's paramount that you don't get caught in this situation anymore where you are dependent upon one stream. I don't care if you're self-employed. I don't care if you're employed by, the best. I don't care if Google employs you. I don't care if you're employed by Facebook. You should not have your eggs in one basket, and you should not be dependent upon anybody. We have to be more self-sufficient. One of the things we understand is that when they did the bailout, when they did the stimulus package, the first people that they thought of were the business owners. Of course, you're getting $1,200, but how far is that $1,200 going to really go? The business owners are the ones who are getting most of the money. They're getting the bailout. You cannot depend on the government. You can't depend on welfare. We can't depend on unemployment. Our economy can potentially collapse, and we're stuck holding the bag. We're the ones that are going to be homeless. We're the ones that are going to be without. We're the ones that our families are going to suffer. So it's paramount. I'm telling you, it is paramount. Go to my website. Well, first, I want you to read the Bible. I want you to read that verse, that scripture in Ecclesiastes 11:2 that says, I actually have it up right here. It says, invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8, because you do not know what disaster may come upon the land. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, there is a disaster on the land. And if you can take from any Bible, believe as much as you can in the Bible, but believe that, because this is real, really, really, really real right now. So download my ebook, share it with all your friends and family. Go to constancecarter.com. It's going to be the first thing that you see. It's my ebook. It's going to be the first thing that you see, but download that, read it. Hopefully you'll be encouraged by it. And even if the 8 revenue streams that I presented to you in the book, even if those don't fit what you're going to do, or that you want to do, or that pique your interest at all, it doesn't have to. But what I really designed to do with the book is I really wanted to give you an idea of some things that you can do. I really think it's important that you start looking at the things that you're great at, and you begin to walk in your purpose. Now is the best time in the history of the planet to do everything that you're supposed to be doing right now. You have the time and the opportunity. You ain't got none but time right now. Google is your best friend. GTS, Google that ish. Google it. Go on Google and you can figure out everything that you want to figure out. You can go on websites and you could have $1 million business. It could look like $1 million business just from Google. Listen, I want you to get that. I want you to be inspired. That's really the whole idea behind the ebook, is just that you're inspired to take action, whether it's the 8 ideas that I've given you or something that's already been stirring on the inside of you. Because here's the thing, when God puts something in you, he's going to give you what you need, and it's already there, but you just have to execute. I'm telling you, me, myself, Constance Carter, I am not the biggest ideation person. In fact, I didn't even think to write the book. Somebody told me, you need to write a book on 7 revenue streams. I'm like, okay. And I sat there and one weekend I sat down and wrote the book. But I don't have these big ideas. That's not my lane. My lane is I'm an executor. But the thing I know about myself, here's the thing that I know about myself, is if I don't execute when I say that I'm going to do it, then it'll never get done. And that's the reason why it's so important for me to execute when I execute. So if an idea comes to me, I'm on it like Johnny on the spot, because I know if I let it linger, then it'll never get done. And that's how we have to be. We have to be really vigilant about the ideas that God places on the inside of us, because you might miss that opportunity. How many times have you thought of a brilliant idea, and then it's just kind of waned away and somebody else did it and now they're making millions of dollars? I know there's times when I have a brilliant idea, like my idea is like be the bomb.com. And if I don't execute on it right away, a month later, I'll think back, I'll be like, that was dumb as hell. That was stupid. And you might have some stuff that were misses. You may everything might not be a hit, but the point is just do it. There's a saying now that says beta now, better later. It does not have to be perfect. It just has to be done. Done is better than not done. So once you get that idea in your mind, I don't care. I don't care if you look stupid. I don't care if it's not perfect. I don't care if it's not, if other people are like, you know what, that's really, don't tell nobody what you're getting ready to do. Show them what you've already done. Okay. But just do it no matter what. I'm giving you 8 ideas in that book. It's called 7 Online Revenue Streams to Fund Your $1 Million Dreams. I'm giving you ideas, but even if those ideas don't fit you, what about what's already been placed on the inside of you by God? There's things that you can do, and there's things that God has gifted you with. Now it's time to start operating in your gift. And the Bible also says that your gift will make room for you. Now, what does that mean? That if God has gifted you with it, he's also equipped you with it. The problem is, a lot of times we just don't execute on what we've been gifted in. So anyway, I just wanted to talk to you about that. I think it's so important. Download the book. We got to have multiple revenue streams. We got to be doing things differently. We got to think about all the things that we can do from our homes that doesn't require us stepping outside of our home. Something that we can execute on today. Think about that. While you're home, just take 10 minutes. I'm not asking you to do it for a long time. Just take 10 minutes to really meditate on some things that you know that you've been gifted with. Just take 10 minutes. Just think about it with no distractions. And then you want to start writing it down. The Bible says write down the vision and make it plain. So then you start writing it down. You just write down. And then you start to organize. And then you start to implement and execute. That's how I do it. So you know what? You guys do what you got to do. Ade said, yes, new wineskin. Ade. Oh, Katrina, you know I'm yelling at you in person. Katrina has the most ideas. Katrina has the most brilliant ideas. And she doesn't always execute. Done is better than not. That's right, Kat. So be like Nike and just do the damn thing. I love it. Listen, you guys go and share share this post and go to my site, 7 online revenue streams to fund your $1 million dream. I mean, you may make $1 million. And here's the thing. Every revenue stream is not going to make you $1 million. I want to be very clear. Every stream is not going to make you $1 million. My books ain't making millions. Speaking, I'm not making millions from the speaking, but I'm making, yeah. That's millions. But everything may not be equal, but you should always have your eggs in more than one basket. And so I want to encourage you today to do those things that you always wanted to do. You've been sitting there waiting on the right time. And now are you spending your time, wasting your time, just waiting on things to go back to normal? Are you spending your time, wasting your time thinking about the doom and gloom? Are you looking at Facebook all day and seeing, all the negative things that are happening? Are you looking at CNN and just, taking in all the negativity? Or are you looking at what are the things that I could do differently? What are some things that I could do differently that's going to change my life forever? It's all about legacy. Listen. Your kids, your children's children need to be able to benefit from what you do today. And here's the other thing too, and I'm gonna let you guys go. And this is what I love. It's one of the most discriminative ways that you can make money. In the past, even in real estate, right? I'm a Black female, and I understand some of the limitations that have been placed upon me. Not that I placed upon myself. Somebody told me that I'm not going to be as successful as a white person because I'm Black and I'm a woman. And I'm like, this ain't the color purple, and this ain't 1932, and I will and I can. But what I understand is I got to jump higher. I got to run faster. I got to push further just to be in the same lane, right? I understand that. And I know that when I come out the gate, stuff got to be on point. I have to operate. But here's the thing about having an online business is it's one of the most non-discriminatory ways that you can make money. Nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows that you're a woman. Nobody knows that you're Asian. Nobody knows that you're Black unless you put it out there. Just like credit. If you pay your bills on time, if you do all the things that you're supposed to do, if you set up your business online, nobody knows who you are. And so you can't say, oh, people are discriminating against me because of X, Y, and Z. You cannot say that. You can never say that. This is the way that you can make absolute as much money as you possibly can. The only limitations, y'all, the only limits is you. I see you guys purchasing the book. Thank you. The only limitations is you. And so I want you to remove yourself as the barrier for you to be able to do everything that you need to do to make the amount of money that you need to make. That's all I got to say. All right. Nakia said, Nakia, quit playing. You got an iPhone. You got your equipment. Get you a ring light and get on YouTube. Nakia White. Let me tell you something about Nakia White. Nakia is hilarious. She came to the Weekend of Wealth retreat last year, and the Weekend of Wealth, and we're going to do another one in August. We had to cancel the one in Costa Rica, unfortunately, because of what's going on with COVID. And so, but we're going to have another one in August. But she came to the retreat in last year, and it was absolutely phenomenal. But here's the thing about Nakia. She is hilarious, and we've been telling her to get her YouTube channel for the longest, and she's just been kind of waiting. And for the simple fact that you still do not have your equipment and you have not started your YouTube channel, I'm disappointed. But hopefully you're inspired to start doing it today. Hopefully you are inspired to start doing it today. Hey, Miss Charmaine, Donisha, thank you guys for tuning in today, y'all. I sure appreciate you. Go to my site, download the book. 7 online revenue streams to fund your $1 million dreams. And guess what? I'm not just giving you 7, I'm giving you 8. But know that there are some that God has already placed on the inside of you. I want to encourage you today to do it. Just do it. All right? Take care and God bless. Westside. Peace. Off. There we go.